Oh my gosh, has gone bad. What is in here? Hey guys, happy afternoon or whatever time it is wherever you are. I wanted to film a video today on my pantry. A while ago in some other video I asked if you guys would be interested to see in what I have in my pantry, and some of you guys said yes, show us, so that's what I want to do today. For those of you who are new or the first time clicking on my channel, my name's Faith and I live in China. I've been here for about 1.5 years and I eat a vegan, mostly whole food, plant-based diet. So it might be interesting for you guys to see what I have access to here in China, what I eat on a regular basis, or what I keep stocked in my pantry. So thought it'd be a good video to show you guys. So let's head to the kitchen and I'll show you what I'm able to buy or what I often have on hand that's homemade in my pantry. So this is my wee little kitchen with beautiful yellow cabinets, but I have actually grown to like it, and you should thank me now. I actually mop my floor because it's usually disgusting. But this is kind of one half of my pantry, basically this shelf and that shelf. So I have decided to store most of my stuff that we eat and use on a regular basis in these jars that I just have either reused from stuff I've bought or bought at this little like dishes shop. So I will go through all of these with you. Down there we have some more, and then over here this is my other little pantry. So I'll show you guys that afterwards, but for now let's start in the kitchen. I'm literally gonna sit on the floor to show you guys this, but good thing is I just mopped it, so it's super clean. Okay, so let's start on this shelf. I feel like we use these guys more. So in here we just have quick oats. I can just get this at the market or the little store right across my street. If I want whole oats that aren't kind of processed like the quick oats, then I go to, we do have a Walmart in our city, so I'm able to get those, but we love these because they cook quickly, and yeah, I eat oats most every day. So this is oatmeal, and behind that we have red lentils, which my good friend actually bought a massive bag of red lentils when we were together in Nepal, was it? Yeah, and he brought it home in a suitcase and gave it to me, and I'm still working my way a year later through his massive bag. But I love to make this lemon and red lentil pumpkin soup, which I can link down below. It is so good, and then yeah, lentils are just so good for you. Protein packed, and red lentils cook really quickly. So got some red lentils here. I'll kind of put stuff back as I go. So in the next big jar, I always have my homemade granola on hand because my husband has it for breakfast every day. He eats the same breakfast every day, and I'm always switching what I eat. But this is my family-sized basic vegan granola, and so I make one batch and it fills this whole jar, and it doesn't go bad. It lasts us till he finishes it. So it's a great thing to just have in your cupboard. It's delicious, made with almonds and pumpkin seeds and raisins and coconut. So I'll leave the link for that down below, but we always have that on hand. I have a bunch of different kinds of quinoa. So this is something I can't find in my city, but I shop on iHerb, which is an amazing company. I love them. I used them when I lived in America, but they ship to me for $4, which is awesome. Or when we have people come to visit, I have them bring quinoa to me. And then we also use a site called Taobao, which has basically everything. It's like Chinese Amazon. So you just have to do some searching and learn how to search in Chinese. So yeah, this is like stuff I bought on iHerb. I ended up just mixing all the different kinds together. And then my friend went home to America and gave me her quinoa. So we love quinoa. I always forget about it though. I feel like I cook rice more. Maybe I'm just becoming Chinese, but I wish we ate it more. In this little jar we have goji berries. They are so cheap here in China. In America I never bought them because they're so expensive, but they're like everywhere in China. So that's fun to put on oatmeal. Here I have sesame seeds, which if I want I can make tahini in my Vitamix, or I have an awesome sesame seed banana bread that we love, and I can link that down below too. But so I use this just on top of stir fries or to make my homemade tahini or for that banana bread. It's delicious. In here I have cacao nibs. I put these on everything. I use them on top of fruit for a dessert. Oh, I always sprinkle them on my oatmeal. I don't think I've ever had a bowl of oatmeal without cacao nibs. And they're just pretty. Or I put them in my energy bites for a crunch. So I can leave the recipe for my energy bites down below. This, oh my gosh, has gone bad. What is in here? Well, I'm going to keep this in because it's a part of life in China. This is buckwheat groats, and apparently they go bad. That's disgusting. We'll just put that aside. Okay. Next is something I also eat every day, and these are chia seeds, and they just make my oatmeal so good and thick, and I love them. So anytime people come to visit, or I can stock up on iHerb, I just have my friends when they're coming to visit, or people coming to our city to visit, bring me chia seeds because I love them. I eat them every day. I'll have chia pudding, but I almost always put like a teaspoon or so in my oatmeal just to thicken it up. So beside the chia seeds, I've got soybeans. I make my own soy milk. I have a soy milk maker. Maybe I should pull it out too. This thing, so all that is in my soy milk is soybeans and water, which is awesome because I feel like in America every store-bought non-dairy milk is like has all these other weird ingredients in it. So I love that I can make my own soy milk. If you live overseas, I highly recommend buying a soy milk maker. It's so fun, and you can make different kinds with peanuts or like other kinds of beans. It's so cool. So soybeans, always have those on hand. In here, it's my husband's ground coffee and my occasional ground coffee. I don't have coffee, but every once in a while I can handle it. I just am not good with caffeine, so sometimes I'll have decaf, but that's for him. Another thing I eat almost every day is cacao powder. I love to make healthy hot chocolate. I love to make chocolate oatmeal. I love to make chocolate energy bites, chocolate sauces. I like use this for so much, and it's less processed than cocoa powder, so I highly recommend it for this. I also can't get this in China, but I get it off iHerb or bring it with me from America. I bring a lot of, like when I go to America and come back to China, I feel like I bring a massive suitcase of food. Like we just always am bringing food. Here I have pumpkin seeds. These are easy to get in China, and I use these for my granola or just put them on oatmeal or on salads. I love them on salads recently. So that's delicious. Oh, that's so gross. Have any of you guys had buckwheat groats go bad? Because I didn't know it could. Anyways, next we have raisins. My husband has these every day for breakfast as well, and I put it in our granola. I put it on my oatmeal. I make raisin peanut butter energy bites. What else do I use these for? Raw granola bars, all kinds of stuff. So we love raisins. And then here I have couscous, which I get off iHerb. There is millet here, which I feel like is pretty similar to couscous, but I just love Mediterranean food, and couscous with roasted veggies and my homemade falafel and lemon tahini is so good. And this is also a great travel food because all you need is hot water. You can just pour it on top, let it sit for a while, and then add some like vegetables if you can get them at a market. So this is like my new favorite travel food. It's delicious. So couscous we love to have. Here I have black sesame seeds, which I make that banana bread with it, or I can even make black tahini, which I have a recipe for black tahini chocolate banana bread that is also amazing. So we just love to have sesame seeds on hand. They taste good, especially when toasted on like stir fries. Behind that I have nutritional yeast, which I brought a bunch with me from America and I still haven't used up. I sprinkle this on almost every time I have a savory meal like rice or vegetables or even pasta. I put this on. It's a great source of protein and vitamin B12, which vegans can't get unless they take fortified food or supplements. So I love it. It's got like a cheesy flavor. I feel like most vegans know what nutritional yeast is, and it's delicious. So, let's see. In this jar, I love this jar. It is my language teacher's hometown chili spice that has peanuts, and you can see all the spices in there. It is so spicy, but I love it so much, and I just sprinkle it on my savory meals too. Like, the littlest pinch goes a long way, so that's delicious. Let's see, behind there, I've got tahini. This is natural white sesame tahini. Ooh. And then I have black tahini. And I thankfully actually found a lady in our town that makes tahini, and all she uses is sesame seeds. So these jars are about $2 each, and I always make lemon tahini dressing for salads or for savory entrees. I use tahini in my energy bites, like chocolate and tahini is an amazing combination. What else do I use tahini for? Hummus. I make my homemade hummus, which is delicious. So yes, I always have tons of tahini on hand. Like if I run out, I'm like, what do I do? And here is me and my friend's attempt at making a chocolate peanut butter, and it's alright. We need to try again, but it's still good, and I eat it occasionally. In here I have my homemade coconut butter, which is just blended up coconut. So I use it in place of coconut oil when I'm doing like raw foods, just because I get the whole coconut and not just the oil processed out. And it like melts and it just tastes amazing. You can use it as like a nut butter on top of oatmeal, or you can make all kinds of desserts with it. So I love coconut butter. And last on this shelf is popcorn. Just the whole kernel. Sometimes we have movie nights here. We have a fun projector, and so I love to make kettle corn, or I even have an air popper, which I always forget that I have that, but I need to use it more. So I like just having whole popcorn, and I get this off Taobao, which is like the Chinese Amazon I mentioned. So cheap. Like I probably spent like less than $2 for all of these, or like less than $1. It was cheap. So yeah, that is that top row. Okay, so on this bottom row I have all my rice. We love black rice. It's really easy to find here. I feel like, yeah, black, red, brown, even white, all kinds of rices I can find in China, which you probably could have guessed. So it's got like a nutty taste and subtly sweet. It's really good. It will stain your teeth, but it's delicious. In here I have brown rice, which we almost always eat brown or black when we're at home, just because it's less processed. But when we host or when we have diarrhea, let's be honest, we eat white rice, which is probably my favorite flavor-wise. Like I just love the taste of white rice, and after being sick, like if I eat Chinese food and get sick, I love white rice, nutritional yeast, and sweet potatoes. Like that is my go-to get over sickness meal. So we almost always have rice on hand. It's great for hosting Chinese people, of course. In here we have my newest favorite snack is my homemade dehydrated apple chips, and they are just so good. I made this entire jar. It used to be full. I've been eating it for less than $2. Like that's how much apples cost here. They're so cheap. I just slice them into like 1/4 inch thickness and dehydrate them so that they're raw but just chewy, delicious snacks. Like it's just so fun. I almost prefer these over fresh apples right now. Not always, but I bought a jar just because I knew I always wanted to have these on hand. Behind the apples we have homemade, crackers. So these are whole wheat, oat flour, sesame crackers, and I'm pretty sure everyone I've given these as a snack or like as an appetizer when we're hosting has loved them. I have a recipe on my channel too, so you guys can make them. So yeah, that's also what I use like the white sesame and black sesame seeds for, is to make these crackers. And I bought a jar for this because we always have them on hand. They're so good with hummus or just right out of the jar. I love them. They're also great if you're feeling sick, just to have something salty. In here I usually have homemade what's it called, powdered sugar, which you can just make by blending up normal sugar and arrowroot powder. Is that right? Yeah, arrowroot starch. So yeah, I usually have this on hand just if I've been asked to make a cake for someone or it's someone's birthday. I love to make baked goods for people. So I use that for frosting or for vegan cinnamon rolls or vegan scones. Just a really good thing to have on hand. So last-ish, I have coconut oil, which I use for baking or taking off my makeup. I get this off Taobao, and it's pretty comparable to what I would pay in America, maybe a little more expensive, but I just use it sparingly and just like to have it on hand. I make homemade Pop-Tarts with this, or the vegan cinnamon rolls, or muffins, all kinds of stuff. So I love, if I have to use an oil, I prefer to use coconut oil. And then lastly over here, we've got some dried beans that my friend gave me, and then up here I have all this dried pasta just for hosting. It's such an easy meal to host, to make. Spaghetti is such an easy hosting meal. So yes, that is what's in this kitchen. So let's go ahead to my other little shelf. Alright, so this shelf is a little bit of a mess, but I'll go through it quickly and just show you what we've got over here. So up here I've got my kombucha, which I actually forgot to bottle up before we went on vacation, so that has got to be really fermented. Here is some tea my language teacher gave me, and we'll see if I can ever use it. Okay, so down here we have pasta. I like to eat whole wheat pasta. White pasta just kind of makes me sick, so if I can, I like to eat whole wheat, and we get this at iHerb, off iHerb. But the Walmart by our house has white pasta too, which is good for hosting, or yeah, if we want white pasta. Back there are some really old rice crackers, which I'm sure are so stale. Okay, so here I have some raisins. I try to always be stocked because Brett goes through them so quickly. And here I have way too many spaghetti sauces because Brett's family came to visit and I wanted to make sure we were stocked in case we had pizza or something. To be honest, like, I probably wouldn't buy this in America, this brand or this type, but it's all I have access to here in China. Thankfully, this one, you can read the label. Usually, this label always covers the English, but thankfully I can read it down here, so I know it's vegan. It's not the best for you, but I'll take it. This is a special treat my mother-in-law brought me just this past Christmas. She brought me this and this. Oh my gosh, you will know I love nut butter. Cashew butter, which might be my favorite. Justin's almond butter. Yeah, I'm just a nut butter fiend, so I keep them all back here and I work my way slowly through them because they're such a treat. So yeah, these natural nut butters I bring with me from America or have people bring them. So we have some jelly here, some molasses. Let's see, we love buffalo sauce, so we have this. I make like baked buffalo cauliflower wings and stuff like that. Back there we have some non-vegan salad dressing for family or my husband Brett. I'm the only vegan in my family, so just try to make sure everyone has what they want. Back there I have some vegetable broth powder. I cannot find vegetable broth here in China, and I don't really feel like making it myself. So I use this for cooking, and I really like this brand. I get it off iHerb. Behind there is some homemade applesauce, which, just trust me, homemade applesauce back there. So back here I have peanut flour. Love peanut flour. I use it for like, what do I use it for? Pancake sauces, my Asian peanut sauce, all that stuff. Oh my gosh. I get this off iHerb too, and I just love this stuff. Highly recommend it. Vita wheat gluten if I want to make seitan. I get this off iHerb, and I have a video on how to make seitan if you want it. And then what just fell was some corn flour. So I love cornbread and chili, and I can get this at the Walmart. in our city. So got corn flour. Back here are all my jars of tahini I've got stocked just so that I don't run out. We've got the normal white sesame tahini and black sesame. So I've got like 4 jars of that. And this is some tahini my friend made and gave me, so yes. Down here we've got, we'll start here, all the chickpeas. I get them off Taobao in like bulk, so I'm always stocked for hummus, for roasted chickpeas, for croutons, for salad. I just open them and we eat them with rice. For winter I stocked up on vegan marshmallows from Iyer, and they are amazing. I've made sweet potato s'mores with them. Put them on top of hot chocolate. I have a recipe for s'mores bars that I can link down below. These are delicious, and it's this brand Dandies. So I love that they're vegan and don't have ground up animal bones and weird stuff in them, so that's good. Back here I have some wasabi for homemade sushi, and I can get this at the Walmart. I've got lots of cacao nibs that my friend brought me. This is from Amazon and just brought from America. Back here I have some miso, some tomato paste. This is something my friend gave me when she moved back to America, and it's a tortilla soup mix, and I could make it vegan. So I would just like not add chicken or add seitan instead. Just haven't used it yet. This is something that I actually forget that I have, but I love so much. It's bean powder, and if you've ever been to China or done hot pot, this is something that you dip, like roasted, if you do shao kao, which is like basically barbecuing outside. You dip your food in this bean powder and it coats it, and it's kind of sweet and it's so good. I always forget about it though. I need to like put that where I can see it. This I bought and forgot, and it looks like it's kind of going weird with the spots. This is made of rice, and it's so good. The first time I had it was at Shao Kao with my friends, which is where you basically eat outside and grill your food in front of you while you eat and chat. And it's just made of rice, and when it's roasted or grilled, it gets like chewy and crunchy on the outside, and it's so good. So I bought that. I've been meaning to make it. Dried prunes from Iyer, dried sweet potato, which is everywhere here in China. I don't really know what's in it. It's probably not the healthiest, but here I have ground flaxseed, which I put every day. I eat a tablespoon a day in my oatmeal, and then I put a bunch in our energy bites. So that's a great source of fiber and omega-3s and all that good stuff. Alright, last shelf down here. Cashews. I always use cashews for like creamy dressings, salad dressings, raw desserts, frosting, vegan frosting. Here is just some peanuts if I run out of peanut butter, which I probably won't for a while considering I have that stash up there, but I can make raw peanut butter in my Vitamix. Here I have black beans. We love black beans, and I can't find them in our city. And canned beans aren't a thing here in China, so I get these off Taobao and I cook them in my pressure cooker, and they're delicious. Here's some more of the red lentils. I told you we had so many and they're never ending. Here's a special treat, just like some square bars I had a friend bring me from America. Yeah, we don't have access to anything like these, and so I also have builder bars from other like vacations we've gone on. This is a Cliff Bar my family left on accident, and square bars, so I eat these so rarely, but just for a fun treat or when I'm traveling. Alright, and lastly are dates. So I'm able to get these off Taobao. I think I can get 2 boxes for like $2 or $3, which is crazy. And I love dates. I use them to sweeten my hot chocolate. I use them to sweeten any of like my latte drinks, and then I make raw almond joy brownie bites, raw brownies, raw granola bars, all kinds of stuff. So they're not as good as Module, but they're the best I found, and they're actually chewy and sweet and gooey. So happy I found those. So over over here is some really stale potato chips that we tried to buy on Taobao for our family, and they're horrible. And then just random cheap peanut butter I bought for my nieces and nephews because they like Skippy. So yes, that is this pantry, and I think that's about all I was going to show you. So there you have it. That's kind of the bulk of what's in my pantry, and I hope it gave you an idea of what I have here in China as a vegan, and what, if you guys are thinking of moving overseas or want to move overseas but aren't sure what you'd be able to eat, or if you'd be able to maintain a certain diet while in whatever country you want to go to. Just knowing that there are ways to get healthy food and to be nourished and to find whole foods and even special foods like chia seeds and cacao nibs. And so I hope that was fun for you guys to see what's in my pantry. Please let me know if you guys want to see anything else, like maybe what my house looks like here in China, or I don't know, what appliances I have here in China. Just leave your comments down below and any suggestions you guys have for other movies, and I think that's it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!